Welcome back. It is exactly 9:39 a.m. News and Views on Salam Media, and we're going to be talking about the very essence of life, and that, of course, is water, with environmental activist, water and climate change, Dr. Ferrial Adam, and I think she's still without her. Assalamu alaikum, Ferrial. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam, Julie. Thank you for having me on your show.
Okay, you're still without her, aren't you?
I am still with Outer. It's with an initiative that is started by Outer, which is called Water Community Action Network.
Okay, so you and I have spoken, we've spoken over time about this very issue, and that is water. And it's really a very, very important issue. We do know what's played out in Hammanskraal. You're going to touch on that for us during the interview. Let me just start off by saying that we are hearing that South Africa's drinking water quality has dropped because of defective infrastructure and neglect. This is according to a new report. What has changed, Ferrial, from the last time I spoke with you regarding this matter?
So, the last time we spoke was not such a long time ago, Julie. And I would say to you that we're still in the mess that we are in now. And there isn't, when we spoke the last time, I said we need urgency and we need the matter to be treated, as you said, a life and death issue, which is water. And that's not the case in terms of what we are seeing. And so that's raising a real concern for us, because if we keep leaving it like this, it's going to be harder to backtrack, to make it better, to ensure that we have clean water. So this should be a concern for everyone.
When I think about the sterling work that Outer has done right up to today, from the time that they started this type of work, community activism, it is absolutely amazing what they've achieved. I mean, just when I think about the Etoll saga, look where we are at now. And undoubtedly, with all of the hard work and awareness that you guys put in, I'm more than certain we'll have a very positive outcome. However, it also then suggests there has to be a political will. And where does an ordinary layperson like me make a difference as well?
Right. So that's exactly the kind of thinking that, that makes Outer, is that how do we on the ground, and how do we on the ground make a difference as ordinary citizens? How do we not give up hope and allow this mess to continue? So there's a few things. WaterCan has been around for a year and a half only. And what we have is we have testing kits where it's a basic testing kit. It tests the quality of your drinking water. You can do it on your tap water. You can do it in a river, a stream. Unfortunately, you can't quite do it for borehole water, because borehole water does need, proper laboratory tests. But my point is, we are running a week of testing. We did this last year. We're doing it again this year from the 17th to the 24th of September, where we want people across the country to join us to test water. If you get in touch with us, we can then supply you a testing kit. We're trying to make sure that it's not just KZN, Gauteng, and Western Cape based. We need the other provinces to test water as well. That's the one thing we've done. The other thing we've done is we ourselves have tested water as a team, and we have laid criminal charges against the city of Johannesburg, particularly in terms of the municipal managers. We are saying that it's not enough to charge the municipalities, because then they get charged a fine, and that fine comes from our money, because we pay rates and taxes, we pay for water. So we saying, no, go for the people who are not doing their jobs. And we saying that's the municipal managers. So we have charged them criminally as well. Those are the kinds of things that you don't need a big law firm to do. You just need your evidence. You need to monitor. There are many communities that either have no water, or the water that they have is bad in their rivers and streams, or there's sewage flowing directly into rivers and streams. And if you have photographs of that, you can charge your municipality for pollution.
Mm-hmm. Okay, a lot of us don't understand how the legal system works, and we kind of feel, I don't have Uh, the I don't have enough knowledge to take this up on my own. Uh, I could then come to someone like Out. I could come to you and say, this is my feeling regarding water services or water contamination in my area. Can you assist me? How do I rally the rest of the community together to make our voices heard? Is that doable if you and I then join forces?
So the thing that we don't do is we're not a legal firm. So we don't listen to you and then say, okay, we're going to take your issue to court. That's not who we are. But we are an activism group. So we kind of guide, like you're saying, we'll guide your activism. We'll help you with, saying, here's a testing kit, test your water for the next 3 weeks. If it doesn't get the evidence. And then we'll say, okay, connect with other people. Every single person is on a community WhatsApp group.
True.
And each WhatsApp group have at least 100 people, at least. And you can start, even if you have a group of 5, and call yourself, I don't know, your community water group, and start testing, start making a noise about it, and create a group around you. And to be honest, to lay criminal charges against a municipal manager for pollution is really as easy as going to report an accident or a
Mhm.
break-in. Everyone has done that. You go to the police station and you give an affidavit saying, I want to charge the city of Johannesburg for pollution. So it took us a bit of a while, but that's where we can also advise on the process to go, because it literally is it should be as easy as going to report an accident.
Okay, Huriel, the last time we spoke, I checked with you regarding the water quality in the Greater Johannesburg area. If memory serves me correctly, I think you did suggest that we're safe, we're good to go. What has changed since then? Because you are suggesting that we try and test the water every couple of weeks just to check that we're okay. Has something happened in the interim? Has Hammanskraal happened to make us kind of jittery? What exactly has gone down?
So this has been, even in the previous time when we spoke, Julie, I mentioned that, the municipality is supposed to test and let us know what is going on. But they have not been doing this regularly. So they're not testing. Even the status of the drinking water that we do is from results that were tested by third parties or tested by organizations like ourselves. Um, and that's why we need to continue testing, because I don't think that the municipality is doing enough to test, or else they're not releasing the results that they have. And it is for that reason that we're saying, let's take control. We as people, why do we have to wait for others to do it for us? Here's a testing kit. It's very easy. It's like testing your pool water. If you do have that, it's just dipping some strips into water and you get a result. Let's take control. Let's have control over the water. Let's not say, oh, I don't know if I can drink my water. Let's test it and say, actually, I can drink my water. That's what we want. We want empowerment of people to be able to take back control and then demand that the municipalities do their jobs. And when local government elections come up, we must be mindful of the state of our water in this country.
Ferial, what exactly has happened in Hammanskraal? Why are we sitting with that situation? A couple of deaths, quite a number of deaths, and that issue still has not been resolved. Does that go directly to the wastewater treatment works? Have they failed the people of Hammanskraal?
They've completely failed the people of Hammanskraal, but Hammanskraal is an example of other areas very similar across the country. In terms of what has happened in Hammanskraal, Hammanskraal is a over 16-year problem. It did not just arise this year. The deterioration in access to water for people to drink and to use has been a problem for over 16 years. And that is something that people forget. In terms of the cholera outbreak, so government is saying that they cannot pinpoint the source of the cholera, which is understandable because it is water and it is a disease that can be spread amongst people. But a few things for me that we need to be mindful of. One is at the same time of the outbreak in Hammanskraal, we had cholera example, well, cases of cholera in 4 other provinces. That means at one point, 5 provinces had cases of cholera. Now, then we take that, then we also take the fact that our wastewater treatment works across the country are failing, which means that they are flushing raw sewage into our rivers and streams. And there are still millions of people in South Africa that use rivers and streams for baptism, for drinking, for fishing, for playing, for all of those things. They will, and with E. coli, which is, feces, um, comes other diseases, which includes hepatitis, it includes typhoid, it includes cholera. So then you have to kind of follow the dots and say, well, the water's so polluted around the rivers and streams. People are using that to drink. Of course, they're going to get sick. So I, I am still surprised that we had cholera outbreaks in 5 provinces, but there's not one source that can be found. And that says something to me that that is, how can we not find one source? It is a difficult one, but still, to just let this go on like this is a problem.
But
And
no political will, no political will, sadly.
I think that's the thing is we in an election year, so as much as possible would be pushed away or pushed aside. The fact that we lost so many people's lives, in another place, whoever's in government should have resigned. Like,
Absolutely.
have the decency to say you have failed people and resign. But no, they wouldn't do that.
No, it's too lucrative a position to be in. They can't lose out. Let's wrap up, Ferial, and your very important message to our viewers and listeners this morning regarding safe drinking water.
So there was we tested. I think we tested in May. We did city of Johannesburg. We did a few testing sites, tap water in the city of Johannesburg, and we found that it was safe to drink. And there was a recent report that came out yesterday saying that the drinking water is still good. It's still safe to drink. If you have borehole water, of course, you can't drink it without testing it. I think that if you are taking water from rivers and streams, that you need to be more cautious. You need to boil your water, and I think monitor it because it's not something that's constant. Things change all the time. We found that in Quebeca, for example, that they've been flushing the system with so much chlorine that it's developed a chemical that is a cancer-causing chemical. Now, I don't think they're doing the same here. We know that the problem that the water in Quebeca is problematic. So we can see that happening. But we, as ordinary people, have to take control over our lives. We have control to drive this vehicle, and we can test, we can monitor. You don't have to have a testing kit, but you have water and it looks funny, it smells funny, alert us to it. Let's all become the ears and eyes around water and water quality in this country, and we can do it. We can. Let's build that movement, Julie. We need to do that.
Dr. Ferrial Adam and the entire team at Outer, continue doing what you guys are doing. You are our hope for a brighter future, inshallah. So, really thumbs up to all of you and just keep strong. Thank you indeed. Go well and salamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum salam and jazakallah for having me again.
Always a pleasure. 9:53 standing by, our woman in media. She's down in KZN. Her name is Razia Rangrage. She's a presenter at Radio on Al Ansar, and we will be talking with her in exactly a minute, inshallah.